Good morning, good morning. This is Resident of Colorwood for YouTube back with another Dark Shadows video for you guys and gals. I have a total of four videos today. Four. Um, one will be uploaded later tonight. So there's that. My first video is a character retrospective. It is about Dr. Eric Lang. You know, there are a lot of characters in Dark Shadows. There's no shortage of them, really. And while some characters are good and some characters are bad, you do get characters that aren't either. They're neither good nor bad. They have a touch of bad to them, but you can't literally say, oh, they're absolutely evil. They're and you could say, well, Dr. Eric Lang's a mad scientist, and yeah, he is. He is a mad scientist. I mean, he's not only creating life, he's robbing graves to do it. I mean, like, it's been talked about on I've talked about it before on this channel way back ago, and also Christine and Kara talked about it. I'll leave a link to their channel in the description box. Shout out to them. So really, what you see here, here's this doctor, and you first meet him in the hospital. I mean, that's the thing. You don't meet Eric Lang in his lab. You don't meet Eric Lang in the cemetery. You meet him in the hospital where he's treating Barnabas and Victoria. And, you know, finally, Barnabas's room is all dark and he jerks open the curtain to Barnabas's displeasure, and there's the sunlight and it's not affecting Barnabas. So he has seemed to have cured, it's like, wait, did he cure him? And he didn't necessarily cure him, but he gave him a temporary solution. It sort of goes off of what Julia was doing, in a sense. So, and really, he offers him the deal of a lifetime. He goes, "Hey, I'm working on something," and then you find out that the guy that Victoria almost hit, Jeff Clark, is working for Dr. Eric Lang. It's really interesting because this is sort of a story that you're going to hear where it reminds me something out of Silent Hill almost, where here's this character, he's not sure what he did or who he is really. It's sort of like, to me, he's the male version of Victoria Winters, some might say, and I don't disagree with that. But I think with Jeff Clark, it's more unsure because no one. Here's the thing: when you meet Victoria, no one has to tell Victoria, "Oh, hey, you were raised in a family home." She knows that. She lived it. Jeff Clark is being told a lot of things, and none of it. He's sure of none of it. I mean, anything he's being told or believed, he just goes with it because, okay, why would this guy lie to me? And then this guy's having me dig up bodies and stuff, and dig up body parts. He digs up an arm. I mean, they rob graves, and I gotta believe the grave robbing was going on, for a long period of time. So we come to find out that Dr. Eric Lane is creating a life, and he wants to use Barnabas's life force. Now, the Adam arc does change to a degree. Here's how it changes. Initially, remember, Barnabas tells Vicky he's leaving, that his cousin from England, Adam, will be here, and he'll live in the old house, etc., etc. Really, Adam is going to be Barnabas. That's what it's going to be. Barnabas is, so to me, by my understanding, Barnabas isn't even going to be around because he's good. Again, he's going to be an Adam. So somewhere along the line, this changes, and I really think this sort of changes not just because of the dream curse, but because the writers sort of okay, we can't write Jonathan Frid off. Um, like, because seriously, what do you do there? And so they say, well, it takes some of Barnabas's life force, and then if Adam lives, Barnabas won't have the curse no more. So it's taking Barnabas's affliction, the vampire curse, away from him and making him mortal as long as Adam lives. And lo and behold, Adam does live. And I think that's the thing too. Like, does the is the Adam arc hurt because they changed something? No, I still like it. And the reason I appreciate the Adam arc is because of what Robert Rodan really did. Robert Rodan will never get enough credit for what he did do. Um, you could say, well, he was just Frankenstein's monster. I would dare say he was much more than Frankenstein's monster because, guys, Robert Rodan, he, name me another character that went from mute, learning how to talk, to fully having a personality of his own in that short of a span. You want to talk about, I mean, Robert Rodan, to me, and again, this is sort of my take from it. It was, hey, sink or swim, and he swam. He did a really good job of selling, hey, I don't know how to talk. I'm learning how to talk. The first words he says is Barnabas. I mean, he said Barnabas's name. And they just think, oh, they heard that Julie and Barnabas think, oh, he must have heard me, say your name, enough times. Not really. Where he really heard the name is off the recorder that Julie and Barnabas they've never heard the words. They've never heard this recording. So, so they just assume something, which is amazing. As we go along, Adam is being mistreated by Willie. And really, I got to put this on Barnabas a bit. Come on, Willie's mental state is not the best after leaving Wycliffe. He is in a state of madness. I mean, that's how, I mean, you could say madness, you could say split personality. He really is a mix of both. And it's fun to watch John Carlin play this. I mean, it really is. I mean, as unfortunate it is for Adam and Robert Rodan's character a bit, it's sort of fun to watch, John Carlin play this crazed person of coming out of Wycliffe, and he's torturing Adam and stuff. And this is why Adam just snaps and loses his shit and starts strangling the shit out of Willie. When he was choking, I'm like, choke him, choke him. I gotta admit, Barnabas coming in to beat uh, Adam off of Willie is a bit hypocritical. It's like, dude, you've beat the shit out of Willie before. Like, what does this matter? Let it go. But he hits Adam, and Adam gets hurt, and he gets offended, and he tries to kill Barnabas, and then he runs away. So Adam goes through a lot of things. He kidnaps Carolyn. And because of this, again, the dream curse is in effect too. So Carolyn can't, as Christine and Kara pointed out, Carolyn can have a dream. So it's sort of a double-edged sword a bit. I will say that this here, what Dark Shadows won't get enough credit for, this moment here, go watch the TV series Beauty and the Beast with Ron Perlman and Linda Hamilton. this moment, these moments with Adam and Carolyn, I think we're copied by Beauty and the Beast. I really do. It doesn't it may not seem like it, but if you watch it, it's sort of because the Beast can talk, obviously. Adam sort of can't. Again, he's not good with vocation yet, but the sort of sympathy and sorrow and it's all there in the Adam arc with Carolyn and Adam. It's all there, like really it is, and this is why Carolyn takes him in. She wants to help Adam in a sense because she feels bad for him, and it makes you really, really love Carolyn because Carolyn. Keep in mind, Carolyn knows what Barnabas put her through. I mean, she knows how cruel Barnabas can be. So, him go, and obviously Adam goes to Professor Stokes. Uh, Adam ends up in Collinwood, in a room of his own. Um, Nicholas discovers his ass. It's really, again, Nick. You have a happy mix going on. You have Nicholas talking to him. You have Carolyn talking to him. You have Professor Stokes talking to him. He hears many voices. It's like three people are on his shoulders whispering him, telling him how to be. And I really think the reason Adam turns to sort of a dark side for a moment, it's because, hey, this world has not treated me great since I've been here. I've been beaten, I've been chased, I've been shot at. I mean, he remembers more the bad than any of the good because the bad have happened more in a succession to him. And I think that's something that doesn't get said enough when it's like, okay, I've, you sort of see, and it's like, okay, I've had enough. I'm gonna have it my way. And that's sort of, I think, why he listens to Nicholas and tries to ravage Carolyn a bit. And Carolyn's like, "Oh my God, he's become a man." Like, no, like I don't want to be manhandled. And again, that's what's beautiful about Dark Shadows. There's no rape here, but there's a suggestiveness of sexuality, and it's really, really well done by the storytellers and by the actors themselves. Really, really done by Robert Rodan and Nancy Baird. They don't get enough credit. The Adam arc does not get enough praise, and you really see Carolyn just get angry with him and like no, I just want to be your friend. I've said that Carolyn I don't think was in love with Adam, but Carolyn there's always a misconception about Carolyn. Carolyn, some might say, well, Carolyn's not a decent human being, and Carolyn can be very cruel. Yes, Carolyn can be cruel, like Roger, but Carolyn does give a shit. It's sort of like if she sees a problem that needs fixing, or she'll do it. She'll try to help. So, and that's what she looks at. I'm like, oh, this is somebody who needs fixing, who needs help, and I could help them. And so she does. And she makes that choice because she wants to do something good. Carolyn has the right idea, but again, she doesn't know who this is or what he's capable of or how easily he is to manipulate. And Nicholas really sees it right away. I think when you go watch Humphrey Allen Ostretto and Nancy Barrett's character, look at the difference. Nancy Barrett's character doesn't want to take advantage of him. Nicholas Blair character sees every opportunity, like, oh, this is easy pickings for me because Nicholas is smooth talking. Nicholas, how do I put this? Nicholas could make make you give you a health care plan. He could convince you to buy a health care plan if you were dying. Okay, like he convinced you of some. Oh, here, just do this. Oh, okay, great. And he's that smooth of a talker. He's very manipulative, and it's not hard to manipulate someone like Adam. It's not supposed to be, at least. And it's sort of something Adam hints at where he goes, I'm not going to be used anymore. I'm not going to be manipulated. And really, he's not just meaning Barnabas. He is meaning Nicholas and stuff. At the end of the day, when you look at the Adam arc, Adam himself leaves because he's tired of. He wants to find himself without anybody telling him how to be. And by the end of the day, he's sort of made peace with his life to a degree. That, okay, I was created for this. And he's got a good education from Stokes. He knows how to speak fully, he knows how to communicate. So he leaves Collinsport. And we never see him again. And I think when you look at the Adam arc, though, too, one of the best, most unsung moments is really the interaction between him and Eve and how Eve does not love him. Marie Wallace doesn't get enough credit for the Adam arc either for playing Eve. I think, though, too, I really found this interesting that Eve knew Jeff Clark. Again, this. I think that's what's most odd about it, like the Adam arc. It's not odd in a bad way. It's just, oh, really? Like she knows Jeff Clark? Okay. Um, and again, because you don't, when you're in 1795, you don't see an Eve. You don't meet an Eve in 1795, which is interesting. So, you know, Dark Shadows was never afraid to take chances or take risk, and it did. And it a lot of the times, more often than not, it paid off. And I really think these characters are very underrated and very underappreciated. Adam and Eve. But I think Robert Rodin really is too. I mean, my only complaint about characters that Marie Wallace played, they were never around long enough. I mean, she really played great characters, but they were so quick. It's like, wait, come back, like Crazy Jenny, Eve. I want to say the longest. I could be wrong. The longest character she plays is Megan Todd. Again, I could be wrong. And if I am, please correct me. But Megan Todd was around a good deal, and again, she really played great characters and acted her ass off. I mean, both her and Robert Rodin don't get enough credit, and their chemistry with Humperdinck and Ostrato is really good too, and their chemistry with Jonathan, Adam, Robert Rodin and Jonathan Fritz's chemistry was really really good. I mean, they just they had no problem arguing with each other, and again, just a great arc. I will say that when I think of Dr. Eric Lane and his legacy, I mean, his legacy was Adam, and Adam did live. Again, it's sort of something, Jeffrey Combs's character says in Reanimator, birth is always painful. And birth was sort of painful to Adam. He went through a lot of growing pains, too. I would dare say Adam is really a representation of a representation of a lot of things. It's not just a representation of Frankenstein's monster. It's a representation of how painful life can be, how hard life can be. But in a lot of ways, I think what the message the Adam arc I take away at least is, hey, you need to find your own way in life. You need to sort of find your own joy and not let everybody dictate what your life should be to you. And that's something I take away from the Adam arc. I think that's a message the Adam arc sends. And I want to see if you guys get the same message from the Adam arc. So please let me know in the comment sections down below. I hope you guys enjoyed my first video for today. I know I made this a Dr. Eric Lane retrospective. I did talk Dr. Eric Lane, but I talked Adam too. God. I realized what I just did there. All right, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll put Dr. Eric Lane / Adam for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Link to Kristen, to Between the Shadows, Kristen and Kara's channel is going to be in the description box. They're going to be here tomorrow night. Bye, guys.